And hello, everybody, and welcome to this new edition of GM Web3 MultiversX. I am very, very happy to be here because we were off for a few weeks. So it's the first of 2025. And so I decided to organize a 2025 Challenge and Opportunities show. And for this, I invited many speakers, many contributors of the ecosystem to speak about the different aspect, the different part of this challenge and opportunities. And I will start by, of course, thanking our sponsors of this show today. So first of all, we have Atom Protocol. It's MultiversX leading lending, borrowing, and liquid staking protocol. So many thanks to them for their support since the beginning of the show on September. We are also lucky to have EAPS as a sponsor today. It's the biggest NFT project on MultiversX and one of the most the oldest one, and soon to be launched on Solana. So many thanks to them. And our last sponsor, a new one, and thank you very much to them for this. It's AI Nexus. It's the latest Multiversix launchpad. It's an AI-powered metaverse project founded by mobile gaming experts who already have more than 30 million monthly active users on Web3. And so, they are offering $50 during this show. So to be eligible, all you have to do is to quote tweet the X Space link. Feel free to tag friends, of course. I'm sure they will appreciate this conversation, this chat that we'll have all together about Multiversix in 2025. Yeah, that's the introduction. So I will welcome my co-host, Arno. Hello, Arno. How are you, brother?
GRM.
And Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. It is the first time we see each other since the new year.
Yeah, definitely. First time live. And we haven't seen in real life. So
No.
let's schedule this very soon. Um, so we will welcome the first roundtables because just to tell you how it will happen, we'll have two roundtables. So it will be around 45 minutes each, on which we'll speak about different topics with them. So the first roundtable will have Lucas from X Alliance. Great background. Hello, Lucas. Welcome.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Good. Merry Christmas. No, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year. Merry
Happy Hanukkah. Happy New Year. All of that.
Okay, I'll take them all. Thank you for being here today, Lucas. So you're lead at X Alliance, if some people doesn't know you yet. We also have Davey. Davey Crypto, Davey EGLD, your ambassador for Sol, Hadron Protocol, and Ash Swap. Hello, Davey, and welcome. Davey, can't hear you for the moment, so just ping when the mic is on. And we also have Joe Wu from Australia. So it's the evening for you today, CEO at Multiconomy. Hello, Joe, and welcome.
It's always good to be on here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfectly.
Awesome. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. You too. All the best. And the last speaker of this roundtable is Joachim from London and CEO at Gaupa Labs and XCDs and many other initiatives. Hello, Joachim. What's up?
GM everyone, thank you for having me and Happy New Year and Hanukkah and everything for everyone.
Same. So, yeah, so we are all set except maybe Davey, who tried again to log. Davey, let's try again. Hello, bro.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great to be here.
Happy New Year. Okay, so we're all good. Thank you very much, guys, for accepting my invitation. So for my first question for you guys will be pretty simple. So make it short because after we'll of course deep dive in the different topics. But what will be for you the main challenge for MultiversX and the main opportunity for MultiversX in 2025? If you have to choose just one, who wants to start?
I can go first if needed.
Okay, Joachim, let's go.
So I think the biggest opportunity and biggest challenge for MultiversX is actually the same project, which is the sovereign chains, because they require a lot, obviously, of technical focus and resources to build such product. And for it to work, it requires two people start building on it, start using it, and being able to attract new builders to launch their own sovereign chain on MultiversX, because we obviously have competition in whether with layer 2s, but also with app chains from Cosmos or parachains, etc. So how MultiversX will be able to differentiate themselves from the competition and offer an attractive SDK and incentives for builders to join. I think that is both a great opportunity for MultiversX, but also a massive challenge when it comes to resources.
Okay,
I
Arno?
take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that for 2025, our biggest challenge for MultiversX is to stop talking about MultiversX. Stop talking about the company, start talking about the ecosystem, start creating strong synergies that work at a product level, at a blockchain level, between the products that work today, and start existing as an ecosystem. We, for many years, we have been expecting everything out of MultiversX. We have a blockchain that is here. It's working great. It's going to be even more improved, which is great. It's what we expect from the foundation. Now we need projects that also play the role of becoming catalysts for growth and building synergies between all the products. This is how you create flywheels.
Thank you, Arno. Just before we move to Lucas, we will welcome our last guest of this roundtable. It's Rock. He's a bit late, but he's here. Hello, Rock from Bugas. Uga Bugas, brother. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Booga
Can't see you.
booga. Can you guys see me?
Now we can see your flat, your fake flat, like
Okay.
mine. We can see you.
Okay, one minute. I'll be with you guys in 1 minute.
Disconnect and reconnect, no problem. We will continue this roundtable
Yeah, also.
about the main challenge and the main opportunity. Lucas?
I'll build on what both Joachim and Arno have said. I think and this might be personally tinted here as well. I think the biggest challenge and the biggest opportunity is both like finding the builders that build amazing product, that build amazing businesses, and attracting them specifically through some incentives, but also just through a great thriving ecosystem to build more, to build better things, to come in and explore it for the first time. And I think, you know, there's so much that is there, like Arno said, and there's so much that's unexplored by way too many people. And I think that's really where a huge opportunity is, not necessarily by talking about the brand or something, but by really selling what you can do specifically on MultiversX, and what differentiates us, and to really, you know, have something to put out there and invite people to explore and give them opportunities in the ecosystem. So I think that's both, and has been obviously historically a challenge, and I think that's going to stay the challenge going forward, especially as other ecosystems pop up. But I think the opportunities here, partially because it's such a small ecosystem, are outsized compared to some of the others, and I think that's something that we can really build on in the coming year.
Thank you, Lucas. Joe?
Cool. So for me, I think what I've been pushing also, and I think this is more a broader Web3 ecosystem, more than just specific to MultiversX, but obviously, you know, because I'm in the ecosystem, so I tend to focus a lot more on this ecosystem, but it also applies broader, is that, you know, we need to find a way to seamlessly interact and connect between what is existing in Web2 tech and what is there in Web3, and make it so seamless that builders from Web2 can actually jump on to Web3 and actually start building with a suite of tools, which we somewhat have, but not really to a complete, you know, set of tools to enable them to easily transition from what they know to what they don't know, right? Web3 is a very different beast. But I think at some point, hopefully in 2025, we can get there and we can actually have abstractions in place in between, so that builders can come on and then also the users can come on and use what the builders have built and actually not realize that they're on Web3, that they're actually seamlessly just transitioning between Web2 and Web3. So that's what I see.
Okay, because I don't see anyone else saying up in the private chat, so please do it if you want to say a word. I have a feeling myself, it's like sovereign chain is so 2024. So my is it still a thing? Because now the core team spoke about the sub-second finality, X money speaks Mica, interoperability where Acceler. We have also the AI agents. The AI is the new narrative, the old new old narrative. So that's pretty much funny that Joachim told about sovereign chains, because I feel like it's not that important, but maybe I'm wrong. Arno, quickly, and after Davey, because we deep dive in the different topics, if you agree. Yeah, Arno.
Yeah, I will double down on what I said regarding this. We have been looking for MultiversX, the foundation, to find all the solutions to drive all the growth for years. And I think that MultiversX is not the only team that is working, building, and creating growth catalysts in the ecosystem, in the MultiversX ecosystem. So I would tend to say Sovereign Chain is a piece of technology of the MultiversX tech stack, the blockchain tech stack. We cannot think that it's going to be the solution to all the problems. It's not true. So let's not allure ourselves with this idea, because the solution is not going to be just coming from one place. It's going to come from many places. And I believe that I sincerely believe, because I'm seeing those effects starting, that the strongest growth driver we can have and we can muster as an ecosystem is actually starting to behave as an ecosystem and stop just asking for MultiversX to drive everything.
Okay. Davey, and after Joachim.
Yeah, so what I expect from 2025 is, like, in my opinion, the only way to reach product market fit is by solving problems. So as crypto in general, so we can solve some crypto problems. So for example, competing on specific things. So it could be, I don't know, network improvements, DeFi innovation, etc. Or as a crypto sector, I hope also in 2025, maybe to start solving real world problems. So we can start attracting people from that side, because people only want to solve their own problems, and we are clearly not being good enough at doing that. Maybe for the UX, maybe for the use cases that we're solving, but there's still a lot of things to do, a lot of things to solve, and that's my hope for 2025.
Okay, and Joachim, to finish this first.
I'll just answer to what Arno said. I think we are very aligned, Arno, on the way we're saying things. Is that I think indirectly, there was the way MultiversX communicated at its early days, releasing their own products and at the start only having their products, created kind of like that expectation from the community that everything needs to come from the core team. While the success of a blockchain comes obviously from the people who build on it and build great solutions. And for me, that is what Sovereign Chain is. Sovereign Chain isn't a final product. Sovereign Chain is just an SDK, right? It's just a tool. And I believe that it is a very important tool to attract certain companies and certain projects that won't be able to offer their solution on the main chain because of transaction speed, transaction cost, whatever. And that is where the flexibility is needed. But yes, on day to day, as Jerem was saying, to communicating to and getting people excited about MultiversX is not what you use as marketing solution. We tried at the start of the last year. It didn't have the impact they wanted, I think. But I don't think that means they've stopped focusing on it. Far from it.
Okay, let's maybe start a few discussions with some of you. So I will ask you a few questions. Of course, feel free to say up, even if it's not a question for you, because I'm sure you will have different opinions about that. I'll start with Lucas and X Alliance. So can you maybe how will X Alliance bring power to the next MultiversX milestone in 2025? And what's your maybe feedback from 2024? It's X Alliance is a 6-7 month or year old month. I don't know how to say. It was born in us. You see what I mean?
6 months, 6 months, 7 months.
6 months. So what's
Doing it.
the feedback, and what will you? How will you use Exalience means and people and so on to to empower MultiversX in 2025?
I mean, I think this again speaks very much to what Arno has been saying, or what so far the consensus has been, right? Like there is a lot of opportunities to just build, and there's a lot of opportunities to just do stuff. But of course, sometimes you don't really know where to start, and you need a little bit of help, or you just need a network. And these are all things that can be provided, not necessarily just by the foundation, but by an initiative that is, by the foundation, that is X Alliance. So I think this has always been the focus. Like what I would love to just happen is if people see X Alliance as a tool to help them do cooler things faster, and better, right? Not to just go there. It's like, oh, I need this grant or whatever. It's like, no, this would just accelerate my development, or this would just kickstart that, or I just need a contact in this industry or something. Do you guys know of anybody? Hey, I'm looking for a team member that can do XYZ. Do you know anybody? These things are really just like, let us connect you, help you build things, and there's a great amount of talent in the member pool. There is a great amount of talent that we can connect you to in addition to that. But it's all, really focusing on finding people that are willing to do stuff. It's not like, oh no, I need help. I don't know. It's like, no, like you have an idea, you want to contribute, you want to start a business, you want to do something, come to us, we can help you. We're not going to do anything for you. That you have to do yourself, but we'll help you with anything that we can. And literally, I mean that. Like I'll get on a call, like with a VC if you want me to, or somebody from the team will, or like there's things we can really do and help you with. But it's all about finding the talent that's willing to push themselves. And then we support there. And I think that can really make a difference, just to have like a support system. And that's what I want to see more of. And that's also sort of like a mindset shift that I think we want to affect, both as like a group and as an initiative.
And so, how will you maybe involve the members of X Alliance, maybe not to be waiting for applications, but maybe to be more proactive with an approach to attract projects, to go and speak with projects, to, I don't know, maybe to be more active and not just waiting for people to ask for help?
Like, you mean the members specifically, how Excellence should help them, or
I mean,
change?
you have so many members in X Alliance. I mean, there are 6 new members I just saw, and many others before. So my question is, will X Alliance will continue to wait for for application people that want help, grants, contact, network, builders, resources, anyone, or maybe you will have a maybe more proactive strategy, maybe to attract people, or maybe you are doing, but I don't know it.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways, right? Like, we're always open to people that are like, hey, I have this idea or something. That's sort of the ideal case, but of course there's also like spreading the message about that. Like, I'll be in Amsterdam next week, then I'll go to Istanbul. I'll probably be traveling a lot again this year, just to kind of spread the word that something like this exists, because it's sort of distinct from the foundation, right? Because it's way more approachable and way more like a simple, like, low threshold thing. You don't need to come with like a fully thought out concept. That's of course like preferable, but we can help you actually flesh out some ideas and help you push that forward. And I think that's really something I'm looking for there. But yeah, as a general idea, like, we want to be something that is sort of like driven by the members. They can always bring ideas, and we'll try to accommodate as much of that as possible within the framework, and also push, like, sort of separate initiatives within X Alliance. So there is, like, these task forces and this sort of general framework that we've established last year that, quite frankly speaking, isn't working well enough yet. So that's going to be one of the focus points to, like, okay, how can we, like, we have all of these great ideas, and we have this great framework that in theory enables all of these great interactions, but how can we actually empower then, like, groups within the group or groups even outside the group to be like, hey, we want to push this specific thing. I don't know, we want to be the
Okay.
little on the ground BD faction in, I don't know, France. We need these tools. How can we get these tools? How can we be effective? And that's something that's like, okay, great, this is your job, or your initiative, your mission.
Okay.
How can we support?
Thank you. Let's speak about DeFi. So, Davey and Arno, guys, from your experience as DeFi expert or members of DeFi protocols, as an ambassador or BizDev manager, what are the top priorities to ensure attracting liquidity on 2025, and what and how maybe the next protocol updates of MultiversX can make it easier to attract liquidity? Who wants to start? Of course, I'm targeting Davey and Arno, but if anyone has a take about this, feel free to just say up on the private chat. Yeah, Davey first.
Yeah, so I speak about the things that come to my mind. So we have some clear problems on MultiversX. So clearly, it's extremely hard to bring liquidity on MultiversX. If you are a crypto native, so a user that have crypto on some blockchain, and you want to go to MultiversX, at the moment, it's really difficult without going to a checks first. The way that to solve this is by, for example, the Axelar integration with some other bridges. Because at the moment, even if you want to bridge from Ethereum, it takes a lot. It's something that you need to trust, because the bridge is a multi-sig bridge at the moment. You have to pay $20 fee, which is not something that most users are okay with. And that's the first thing. Then I'd say, in general, the lower the block time, the more efficient the trading is. The higher the block time is, the more the price can change during that time. And once the price change, it creates inefficiencies that are exploited, let's say exploited by arbitrage actors. And this is like, it's something that liquidity providers don't want. Same could be said also for trading, for traders, etc. Other things that could help are the connection that sovereign chains could, for example, create with Bitcoin. So if we have some connection with this new sovereign chain with Bitcoin and EGLD resplitting, it could be something that helps bringing Bitcoin to MultiversX. And a lot of other things, for example, stable coins. We don't have native stable coins, which are needed for users to trust an ecosystem because they are central in most DeFi ecosystems. Hopefully, we'll have also the centralized regulated stablecoin from Xmoney. That would be also another great thing. And like a lot of other possibilities that we don't know yet, but could possibly happen.
Okay, Arno, if there are any missing things.
No, Davey has some strong points. I'm going to take a different approach because he did a great list of many items that we're missing. The way I see it, if we want to have a big DeFi adoption leap forward, we just need to make things easier. And as Davey said, and I have I know for sure that some of the items that he's been talking about are going to make the life of DeFi users way more easier on MultiversX, and it's also going to be way more easier to bring new people. So I will give concrete examples because I think this is what we need. I've been handling some of my liquidity on almost 2 years now, and I have people in my in my friends, in my family that know that, and they would love to come, but to come and do the same. But since we don't have, for example, euro stablecoins, for them, taking the fact that they have to transfer their money into dollar is already a risk for them because you never know where the dollar will be in 6 months. So, okay, it's great. Maybe you make 15%, 20% on your stablecoin in the next 6 months. But if it's then you take another swing when you transfer your dollar back to the euro and you lose everything, it's just not worth the gamble. So even if the technology is great, even if the use case is great, we still lack a few things to make the experience easy and seamless for everybody. So we have getting stablecoins, so euro dollars. So we have a decentralized one that is coming with USH very soon, and this is great. We are going to have euro and dollar stablecoins, centralized ones coming, most likely. This is 2025. And the block time speed increasing. Again, this is great. All this will completely change the level playing field for DeFi and will multiply everything. It's hard to understand and to grasp this, but this reality is going to change everything. And then actors who are already in the DeFi field in MultiversX, but new ones will look at this new reality, a chain that is super fast, stable coins everywhere, liquidity that is easy to make move on board. So yeah, make things easier.
Debbie wanted to bounce on it.
Yeah, so like initially I said, I want MultiversX to start competing. If we look at MultiversX DeFi and a lot of products, we can see that objectively the UX is really great. Like when you try other ecosystems, you see that the UX, the UI is not as good as some top projects from Multiverse. So it could be marketplaces like Soxno, could be Atom, could be Ashwap, could be, I don't know, a lot of projects from Multiverse. I think the main blocker for that was the fact that transactions were not as fast as other chains. So even if other chains didn't have the UX and UI of some of Multiverse in general and most Multiverse projects, the fact that transaction didn't take as low as other chains was a main blocker for them. So it could be the user that entered Multiverse and that, for example, shared to wallet, and so I had to wait for 30 seconds or even more for the transactions to be confirmed. Or could be even people with intra-shard transactions that had to wait 6 seconds. That may seem decent, but is not enough to compete with other chains. Once we'll have sub-second transactions, it will feel almost instantaneous for users, and that would finally make the great UX, great UI, and also the great speed and Multiverse all merge together, create a great synergy, and finally show to the users a great new, let's say, top tier experience that actually we don't really have most of the time. And that's only for that simple reason.
Okay, thank you guys. Joe, let's speak about business regulation, because he's the founder of Multi Economy, which is a on-chain KYC. So you know what is it about regulation, and know your customer process, and every thing that companies must comply with. So how critical 2025 will be in terms of regulation in Europe with MICA, of course, in the United States with the election of Donald Trump. So, do you what's the biggest challenge and opportunities in terms of regulation for Multiverse all around the world?
Yeah, so I think that's actually going to be one of the main talking points in 2025 with all the political things that have been happening with with Trump and the elections and everything. So I'm sure that we are all watching with a very close eye on what America is going to do in the next, might I say, and then starting from the next few days when Trump actually comes on, and that's going to be very interesting because a lot of other countries will actually follow and follow suit on with America because they are at this stage at least still leaders on different things and regulations. So of course in Europe there is MICA going on as well, and there is a lot of things in regulation that that is happening even in the APAC area to try and encapsulate what cryptocurrencies are able to do and what they should be falling under. At the moment is very gray in a lot of areas, and people are trying to explore and understand how the KYC wallets that are self-custodied, if that's going to happen at all. There's a lot of things that governments want to do, but whether it's practical and whether that's actually even possible, that's definitely another story. But in 2025, I think a lot of things will happen, and a lot of things will change. Whether it's change for the positive or for the negative, we'll have to see. But there is a lot of things that are in the pipeline that I think are going to surprise all of us as soon as the end of this month.
Okay, if anyone wants to jump in on this regulation topic, feel free, because actually I agree 100% with you, Joe. It will be very important. We just learned that X Money speaks MICA, so we can consider in a very weird way that they announced that they are MICA ready. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, the Benjamin during the next the last it was not town hall, it was the town hall bis with Deeper Crypto, he announced that he wanted to open an office in the United States. And so all these topics can make MultiversX compliant in different areas in the world, and it's absolutely necessary to enjoy all the opportunities around here. So yeah, Joe.
So I think to elaborate also on what you're saying there, and also what the other guys were saying about onboarding, which I think is also related, is when we're onboarding institutions, enterprises, or individuals for DeFi, there is also the sense of, hey, what is compliance like on chain? And there's a question mark for a lot of people when they are experimenting with and also dealing with cryptocurrencies and DeFi and Web3 firsthand, and they're not sure. But if we have clarity in the regulatory side of things in 2025, at least more so compared to the previous years, I think we're going to also see an influx of, let's not even talk about capital, but influx of users to have more confidence in using, whether it's the DeFi products or whether it's actually adopting on-chain functionalities, on-chain governance, or on-chain other things that can leverage this technology to move their company, move their business, move their governments forward. I think they'll have a greater confidence in doing that than back in 2022, 2023, when things were still very grey.
I'll just add on top of what Joe just said, is that as you said, like, we had this lowly regulated or unregulated with a lot of unclarity on a lot of topics, and we've seen, for example, obviously the SEC going quite heavily on certain entities, but also we're seeing that scammers, influencers promoting whatever they're being told, etc., starting to be more and more complicated or more risky, to put that way, for said actors. And I think that will also kind of remove that reputation of blockchain and Web3 being the far west, and increase confidence, not only for the end consumer, which is obviously very important. And still today, when I talk to members of the family or friends, etc., they're just like, oh yeah, this is like this casino thing. And it's like, no, it's so much more than that. And but I also think from a more corporate point of view, in the sense that, for example, we had app stores and Play Store are very complicated for Web3 apps to be approved. Apple has now been a bit more relaxed, and I want to believe that it's also due to increased regulation and keeping an eye on it. So all those kind of things, even though none of us are big fans of regulation, obviously, are a needed, I won't say evil, in the sense that they provide clarity to a lot of those actors to be able to give the tools and offer the Web3 solution to everyone.
Arno, let's go.
Yeah. Well, the underlying topic that I feel a bit here is also about the meta around blockchain adoption, and regulation is definitely one, but I think that since the start of blockchains, and we've only had one blockchain topic that had grown into mainstream, and this is Bitcoin. And we are still looking for smart contract blockchains to have their big mainstream moment. This is the moment similar to ChatGPT moment for AI, because AI has been worked on for tens of years, but there is this application that everybody can use now and makes it understandable for everybody. And blockchain is super complicated to bring to the masses because it is such a technical topic that and it doesn't have a concrete use case that people can grasp to understand. Okay, when you talk to AI to people, you say, okay, you talk AI and people instantly think ChatGPT. So we have this for crypto, and this is Bitcoin. But we don't have this for smart contract blockchains. And I'm looking forward to that moment, because this is going to open up a different conversation for our industry as a whole. And it could be X having a payment system that is on chain and completely out of grasp of the traditional financial system. Because then people through X will discover what we know very well, which is having a bank account, transfer money to anybody, not having anybody, say, yes, you can do it, no, you can't do that. I mean, companies like Western Union would instantly disappear. You would reach out to hundreds of millions of people in an instant for a use case that we know very well, through our wallets. But having an app like X integrating a payment system with a wallet on blockchain and have people, just transfer money with ease and nobody to say anything to block them. This is a moment that would make blockchain technology very concrete for everybody.
Yeah, would be insane to see this, because Musk confirmed that he wanted to do payment through X.
And we know it's happening in 2025. I think it was 4 days ago.
Yeah, but not said that it will be on chain, but it would be great if it is. Joachim, you had a question.
Yeah.
So we just have a few minutes left, and I have a last topic. So please, guys, do it quickly. Thank you.
I'll be very quick. It is a question for Arno, because I think what you said is very interesting. But as you said, Bitcoin finally got understood by not everyone, but got understood. But Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that uses blockchain technology, and one a bit like Bate said, but we're not going to restart the debate. Crypto is the worst thing that happened to blockchain. Is that it is very simple, because, as you said, it is a payment, it is a store, it can be seen as a store of value. And it's a bit the same with AI. We call ChatGPT AI, but it's a large language model, and people don't know that. Like, if you ask someone who uses ChatGPT on their phone, they don't know the logic behind it. They don't know how a large language, well, even people who've created the large language model, they don't know exactly how it works. But anyway, like, it's not the technology itself, it's the solution it brings. And I find it very interesting, because you talk about X and about payments, and you talk about smart contract blockchains. And even though I do believe that payments is massive and very important for blockchain, payments don't need, as of now, for the most simple ones, the transfers, don't need smart contracts. They are peer-to-peer, don't need to deploy any contract on the blockchain. So I actually think that when it comes to smart contract blockchains, is going to be more is not going I don't think it's going to be payment related or crypto related. I think it's actually going to be use cases and mostly data related things that are going to make us finally understand what smart contracts can do. But I would love to hear your thoughts on that, Arno.
I tend to think like Davey. You need to solve problems, and you need powerful use cases to go mainstream. I agree with you that the data and how data is managed, there are tons of problems there, but they are not client-facing powerful problems, in a way that can be caught by mainstream social media. And when we think about a payment system, you're just thinking about peer-to-peer. Musk's vision with his financial system through X is way more complex than this, and would require smart contracts underneath, because he's not just thinking about helping people to send money from A to Z. It's more complex than this. So I remember that one of the greatest moments when I used blockchain was the first time I transferred the 10K sum, transferring 10K from one place to another. I mean, to me, it was a lot of money, and I did it without having to reach out to my bank or whatever. It just happened.
Just
Boom,
people
boom.
checking your wallet 10 times that you pasted.
Yeah, true. So for people who send money across the globe, and I'm targeting companies like Western Union for a reason. Those companies still exist. I mean, to me, it's crazy that those companies still exist when you see the taxes that they put, the fees that they put.
The thing is, about that, I spoke about this topic with someone who knows very well the emerging country businesses, and remittance is one of the biggest flow of money. And he told me that they are working on blockchain solutions. They are working on stablecoins integration in their system. So MoneyGram, Western Union, and all these companies, first of all, they enjoy the misknowledge of people, of
Yeah,
course, but they know that in Africa, for example, but also in South America and so on, people are getting to know Bitcoin and stable coins more and more. And so they are working on it. They are hiring blockchain developers and so on. And so I'm not sure these companies will die. They will enjoy the fourth industrial revolution, the blockchain. So I think they will be part of the revolution, and they will not be replaced. They're so powerful. They have so many political network that is very important in terms of regulations and so on, that they will, I think, accompany this movement, and they will not be replaced completely. I'm sure about it. And the same for banks. They are using
Yeah.
blockchain in their process more and more, so they will not be replaced by peer-to-peer payment like Satoshi wanted. I think it will not happen. But
the thing is, those companies exist because internet was not able to make the money flow at protocol level. So those companies are applications built on top to allow for money to be transferred for A to Z. The reality is changing because of blockchain. Now, money can flow at protocol level. You don't need anybody to make it flow anymore. So it's free to make it flow now. It's by design.
Yeah.
So those companies can still exist, of course, but they will now have the system competing with them, and the system will be competing on price, and the
Yeah. What?
system will offer their service almost for free. So they can still, of course, they're going to
I think
try to
you
transition to
underestimate
blockchain, but
their political and regulation power, and also maybe you underestimate the necessary of cash out, because you cannot pay everything in cryptocurrencies. So when you want to cash out, it will be easier to justify where the funds are from if you use the like Western Union or MoneyGram or these big companies compliant and so on, than if you use some peer-to-peer solution. So I think these companies have decades
the,
in front of them.
yes today, but the technology has the its thing to absolutely terraform everything in a few years.
We'll see.
So yeah.
We need to. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Arno. Yeah,
Mhm.
Joachim. 1 second, and
Yeah.
after we'll have to end
Yeah.
this round
Because
table. Sorry.
there is a reality with traditional banking and neo banking, which is a bit like, to a certain extent, is what you're describing, is kind of like an evolution of the requirements, of the accessibility, of the pricing, etc. But then you start looking into it and you start realizing that the neobanks, most of them are actually owned by the traditional banks, and they're actually offering more competitive solutions, but they haven't replaced the traditional banks because they are for different clienteles. And I think we're going to see the same. We might see Western Union launch their own very blockchain app that has lower fees, etc., while they still have their legacy solution for the people who haven't adapted, and they'll be able to keep their market share. Yes,
Okay.
make a bit less profit than they used to.
We are a little out of MultiversX opportunities and challenge, but it was interesting. I'm sorry, Davey, I need to close because many people are waiting and the room is full. So I'm sorry, Davey. Thank you very much, everybody. It was very interesting. See you next Wednesday for a new GM Web3 MultiversX about MultiversX. Of course, you guys are always welcome. I will say bye to Lucas, Joachim. Rock is staying with us because he could not make it during the first roundtable. All the best for all of you guys. And see you very soon on GM Web3.
Cheers. Good luck.
Waiting for your
Thanks,
loyal
guys.
Davey.
See you soon.
And sorry. And thank you, Joe. So, Arno, we are two. And we will start the second roundtable. But first of all, I would like to thank again the sponsors of this show. We have Hatom Protocol that you all know. We have eApes and we have AI Nexus, and they are all offering $50 to win in crypto. And all you have to do is to quote tweet the link of the X Space. And thank you very much for them for their support. So we will welcome the new speakers of the second roundtable. So let's start by Daniel Virak. Hello, Daniel. What's up?
Hi. Nice to see you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
And very, very happy to have you here. It's your second time on GM Web3. You're always welcome. Thank you for managing to making this morning. And I will receive Misha, first time ever on GM Web.
Yay.
Hello, Misha.
Hello, everyone. Happy new one. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year too. Very happy to have you this morning. And we have Quentin. Oh, nice mustache.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Very, very good. No, let's do it like this. What's up, brother? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for the invitation.
Always. And Rock, of course. I hope it will be easier for you for this second roundtable. Everything's fine, Rock?
Yeah, all good, guys. Ooga booga, guys. Thanks for having me, and
Ooga
thanks
booga.
for organizing this.
Yeah, sure. So let's start the second roundtable. And of course, I invite everyone to ask their question on the chat. You can also interact with everything that we say. If you agree, if you don't, if you want to say anything, we will we'll speak about it live, and I can display your comment if they are funny or relevant or both. So for this second roundtable, just maybe to introduce you guys. So, Rock, I already introduced you. We have Misha. You're the CEO of PeerMe, Spawnable, Tagrity, and you launched the Warps. So we'll speak about it just to be sure everybody understood what is it. I'm not sure it's the case for everyone here. We have Quentin. You developed the Swift framework.
Yes.
And we have Daniel Verac, we can say a big investor, an EGLD, an entrepreneur. Is it okay for you?
Yes, for sure.
And sport and bodybuilder. No?
Yes.
Okay. And Arno, of course, my dear co-host. Everybody knows him. So let's start by maybe the first question. Oh, Paul. Where is Paul? Oh, I forgot Paul.
I'm here.
Paul,
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Paul. I am very happy to receive you. Happy New Year. I want to speak about AI agent and I know that you are interested in this topic
Definitely.
this last day, so we'll speak about it. And yeah, sorry, I forgot you were on the room. So let's start by a question for all of you. So just write up in the private chat to take the mic. First question, very simple. What do you see as the most disruptive technological or strategical pillars on 2025 for MultiversX? Can be risk-taking, can be AR agents, can be NFT, can be DeFi. So what will be, according to you, the biggest narrative, like we say here? So who wants to start? Arno, let's go.
What?
You
No.
laughed. It was like saying me.
No, because I was thinking it's a tough question that
Yeah, but all
you're
questions
asking.
are tough. If you have to
Um,
choose just one,
it's hard to choose just one. I would say one that will be executed as a go-to-market properly. We have much disruptive technologies being built. The only thing that will make a difference is how those technologies are brought to market, how do they find users, and how those users then become advocates and help those technologies grow. I think this is one of the problems that we have in MultiversX. We have a passionate community, and one of the challenges for this community is to stop talking about MultiversX and actually start talking about the great products, the great brands, the great stories that are being built.
So which one?
On MultiversX. I don't know, there's countless ones. I could say, for example, DeFi, you know. I mean, DeFi is a great one. AI, you know, AI is so vague, it's so vast. You
Okay.
know, just
Maybe
Paul can talk about something, but
okay, no problem. So next, Rock. So according to you, what
Yo, so
2025 will be made?
in my opinion, what I want to see is I don't want MultiverseX chasing the next meta. I don't want us to be late again in the next meta, etc. What I would concentrate on the strongest is payments. You know, we've got a massive opportunity with X money payments, and it's a massive market. And I would strongly advise to concentrate on that. And like Arno said, do all marketing through the products, not to market the technology. That you can do on the back end, that you can do on LinkedIn, that you can do directly to big corporations to market the sovereign chains and all of the good tech, you know. But like, people on X are not interested in that. They will be onboarded only through amazing projects like Hatom. Yeah, for example, or any other cool projects with dope stories.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't think of anyone else.
Let's continue to take the mic to give the mic, and I will come back to you guys, of course. Misha, I pronounce your name properly, Misha.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Misha, what's your take on this?
So I think narrative-wise, one of the biggest things will be AI agents. Clearly, I think we've seen the communication from the foundation, but for me personally, and all the products that I'm working on, or that we are working on, is real life integration, right? Like we want blockchain to be part of daily life. So you might notice it, you might not notice it, but it's there. It's part of daily life. We want to bring products onto the chain and companies, all the things that you deal with in daily life. And yeah, I think this is the biggest opportunity. And of course, each opportunity also comes with a set of challenges. And you know, bringing everyone onto the blockchain is quite a challenge. And I think we know everyone here knows the struggles of creating wallets, funding wallets, gas fees, and all this. And if you take all these little things, combine them, solve them, and have this all solved and as easy as possible, then will just come natural. All the things that we want to have, like adoption and all the other things.
Okay, Quentin.
Yeah, about AI agents, I have no idea because I didn't dig into them yet, so I won't express on it. But to add more on what Rock said, we have to go full force on payment and especially on stablecoins. We have some cards to play in Europe with the MiCA regulations, with X Money having some banking licenses. We have something to do with this. And the second thing we have to go full force is a sub-second block. We are in 2025 now, and we still have 6 seconds transaction for in the same shards. In the cross shards, it's like I don't remember, but 24 seconds. It's way too much.
Way
We
too
have
much.
to change this. Otherwise, almost any other chain will compete better than us.
If I let me know if I'm wrong, but normally the Andromeda update will happen on February, and normally it should reduce the block time. And after we'll have the supernova passing
Yeah.
from 6 second to 600 millisecond. So normally in the coming month, the finality will be way faster,
I
and the
hope.
block time too. So let's hope it will
Yep.
happen as soon as possible. Who did not speak about this question? Yes, Paul. I have an idea of which narrative do you think it will be the biggest in 2025? But yeah,
Well, let me tell you, I think you are wrong on this side because I won't say AI agent. I don't think this is the most disruptive technology for 2025. Regarding MultiversX, actually, because it is probably one of the most disruptive technology in general. But if we talk only about blockchain, AI agent is, well, blockchain is a tool of AI agent. So it's just one part that this technology will use to interact with, to use money, basically, because in the future, AI will need to use money, and they cannot do it with bank account. They can't open, they don't have an ID, so they can't call their bankers to say, hey, I want to move my money. No, they won't do it like this. They will basically send a transaction on a blockchain, and this is a single tool they will use. But for the most disruptive technology, I definitely agree with content on the sub-second finality.
I was more talking about narrative, industry, use cases more than technology, in my opinion.
Okay, so I would say it's DeFi, definitely DeFi. The DeFi technology on MultiversX is awesome. What Atom has built is definitely a game changer. I can't wait to see what Autoscale is building because
Think about it.
I want to be able using when I open my Exportal app to have my bank account, like my IBAN, which is coming in the year, I assume. It was supposed to come before, but let's see. It may
Okay.
come sooner, as we think, with the X-Money, MiCA regulation and everything.
People, I will just to finish this roundtable first question, the start question. Daniel, I know that you're very interested in MultiversX. You are way invested in this. So, what do you think in 2025 will be the biggest use case for MultiversX, according to you?
Okay, so basically, I have same opinion on this as Rock. I 100% agree in one thing. I believe there are two types of ideas how you can look what's narrative. I believe we should catch the narrative but in the same time, we should focus on the roots. And I believe that roots are not only the payments itself, not only DeFi, not only stablecoins, but basically everything what MultiversX built. And I disagree that we should focus only on one thing or another thing. I believe that we should do two things in the same time. One thing is basically focus on narrative. That's why I post on X that we should be immediately in AI category, because MultiversX as a shared network is ready for these types of things. And right now you will see it with AI agents. But in the same time, we should be grounded with the core, because we built, or MultiversX built, the best technology in the world right now. And it's you can verify it basically. And until now, I didn't find one single person. Yesterday, ICP tried it, but Robert explained them that their claims are not true. Then basically, there is 60% or 70% of all transactions that currently running on chain, and that's stablecoins. And we know we have the best layer one that can allow this in the most secure way possible. So I believe that I agree with Rock about payments. I definitely believe that regulation with Mika and with X-Money will be completely a game changer. And in the same time, I believe that what HTM is building right now is completely out of my mind. And when I'm starting comparing all other protocols on another layer ones, there are two very important things. Just last thing I need to add is that it's not only about HTM, how they build it, how they want to be secure. There is so many other things that other protocols don't have, but also they choose MultiversX from one single reason. You can see it on X-Day presentation of the CTO from Radar Labs. And the reason is because the MultiversX is grounded to be secure, extremely scalable, and have perfect UX. That's why they choose that. And I believe that's the narrative, and that we should go both way, follow the narrative, follow the hype, because by this we can pump the price actually, and people that are, I don't want to say like zero knowledge, but they just follow the YouTubers and this one. But in the same time, we should say, we built something what Satoshi wants. We basically put his idea to reality. We outperform and outwork Charles Hoskinson, even if he's maybe one of the smartest person in the world in Web3. We outperform him because we over deliver, and we have working product right now. So if people from Web2 will come to Web3 one day, sooner or later, after they will discover all the hacks, all the file transaction, whatever it will be, Solana or Avalanche, whatever, they will come to us. And that's my opinion on this.
Thank you, Daniel. Arno?
Yeah, very quickly, because what Daniel's saying to the core is very interesting. It's okay, we are in this space, we're always looking for the next narrative. What is the next new thing? What is the next hot topic, etc., etc., etc. But MultiversX, we need to start focusing on what we do best, and do our own thing, and deliver value, solve problems in our own way. Because if we have the first sharded chain that can execute transactions in 600 milliseconds, it's not just, oh, now we're catching up with the speed of everybody. Is we're doing everything like everybody else, but in a fully decentralized way, with a fully functional DeFi, with players that are very strong, with powerful synergies like Atom, Autoscale, and others are building. And then you have what, some others might say they have, but on base, it's fucking centralized. I mean, there's a dev switch. Everybody can take your money. It's just so. What is being built here? People might say, but there's DeFi on other chains. Yeah, but no, there's no DeFi like this. There's no DeFi, sharded DeFi, etc., etc. So we need to be proud that everything that is built here is built on a foundation that is built different.
Okay. Rock with the yellow card.
Thank you, Arno, for that quick response from your side. I appreciate you. Just wanted to highlight two things here, right? Again, to reiterate, don't chase the meta, otherwise you will never chase it. Build things that are not built yet. And same like you buy things when nobody is buying it, right? It's the same thing. If everyone's talking about it, it's too late. If you start building something that everyone's already talking about it, it's too late. So create your own meta, and that's the same thing that we're trying to do. It's the only way. Think about the future, think about what's going to be trending, what's going to be popping, and build that so that you're in the perfect place, perfect time. Otherwise you will always be too late. Okay, back to you, GRM.
It was quick. It was very quick. Thank you very much, guys. So let's speak about the different topics related to what you do, and of course it will lead us to discussions about MultiversX. Let's start with Misha. First of all, can you tell us what is WARP?
The big question, right?
Just we'll start by this, and after we'll speak about on-chain governance and so on. But first, what is WARP?
So warps, yeah, big topic. Warps are basically simple blockchain actions that you can share with a simple link to anyone. A blockchain action can be voting, minting, sending some funds to someone else, a payment, anything that has to do with smart contracts. And the link, a link, right? You can share it on social media, in direct messages, even QR codes and other types of medium, right? So the goal of WARPs is it's not like to cover a single use case, but more to be like a protocol that brings blockchain to the people instead of the people to the blockchain, right? Like right now, if you want to use blockchain, you have to navigate to a dApp, log in, navigate around to find what you want to do. But with WARPs, you just send a link to someone and you instantly prompt it to sign the transaction for the specific action that you want. So I hope that gives a high-level overview, but there's a lot more to it, of course.
It's very clear. In two very quick questions. What are the risks and what are the use cases?
So the risks, of course, with everything blockchain and everything new, there is the risk, of course, that people abuse it and use it in ways, to extract funds from someone else. There's a risk of that. We're working on different solutions, like trust status and ways of simulation and all that to prevent abuse of the new protocol of the technology. And a use case, well, as I said, like if I double down now on one use case, we're going to forget all the other use cases that it allows you to do. But a very simple use case, and I was at the doctor's office a few days ago, and they make you sign all kinds of documents, like a GDPR and all kinds of health-related documents, right? Like I had to fill in my data, do a signature and all this. But what if instead my data is on the blockchain, and I go and sign the document with on-chain through a smart contract, like the DocuSign, with my wallet, just with a single tab, could be NFC tab where you do this like a payment, right? Like if you pay, you hold your card towards the terminal and it will subtract the money. What if I just use my wallet to sign any document? But there's like so many use cases around this that it's really restrictive to only talk about that one.
Okay, so sorry. So second thing I would like to speak with you, Misha, and of course I repeat from the audience or here guys around the table, feel free to jump if you want to add anything. Let's speak about on-chain governance. You are the founder of PeerMe, which is one of the, in my opinion, best on-chain governance solution on MultiversX. Maybe the only one. I could not say.
On MultiversX or crypto?
On MultiversX. I don't know the one elsewhere, so I could not say, but I'm sure it's good. No, the question is, I heard on the next protocol updates, Barnard, I think it's planned for MultiversX Foundation to improve the on-chain governance at the protocol level. So my question is, what advice could you give to the foundation to make it appropriate, to make it relevant, and what are you expecting from this evolution of the on-chain governance on MultiversX?
That's a tough question. So, well, first need to separate, like there's this whole protocol network side of governance, but there's also governance on company and team side, right? Like on a smaller level. So I don't think personally I'm in the position to give advice for any network.
What are you expecting? So,
well, what I expect, not just from the on-chain governance, but from any application that has to do with blockchain, is to reduce the entry barrier. I mentioned this before. Reducing entry barrier to any kind of blockchain transaction means that more people understand what's going on, more people know how to participate, and it becomes very easy for them to participate. And blockchain governance right now, MultiversX, it could improve certainly on many fronts here. You know, like to get more people involved, because if you have governance of a small set of people, the decisions that come out of this only reflects the small set of people. So governance becomes more important, more relevant as more people participate. And for this, you need to make it easy to participate. So this is like not just governance focus, but the focus that also VARPs have, you know, to make it so easy and straightforward to interact with anything blockchain based, because small set of people could be detrimental to an efficient governance system.
Thank you, Misha. And you guys, maybe Rock, Paul, or Quentin, or Daniel, or Arno, when he will be back, are you expecting any particular things in terms of governance, decentralized governance at the protocol level for MultiversX? Is it something that you're expecting in 2025, or no? Okay, so it's not something very important for you at the moment. Thank you very much, Misha, for this. Let's.
I do.
Sorry.
I do.
Oh yeah, let's go, Arno. What's your take about decentralized governance?
Governance is a very unsexy topic. Very, very unsexy topic. But what's interesting is that for the last, I think, and you're the expert on this, GRM, 20, 30 years, we've seen in many, many Western countries the participation in elections and voting go down, 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 down. But the last 5 years, we've seen an interesting shift in Western democracies, pushing to get back to more direct democracy style. We are seeing now in many Western democracies power struggles, cultural shifts. It's very interesting on a meta level. What is happening, and what is happening in the US is a bit spearheading everything. And I'm interested to see in 5 to 10 years where we will be with this whole democratic conversation, and how we can impact and how can we empower people to have more impact in day-to-day decision of their countries. And blockchain and governance, on-chain governance, can play a big role into this. I think we're still super early. It is still an unsexy topic, and people don't care because they don't understand the power of their vote. But the tools that are being built on blockchain, and the tools that a guy like Misha is building with PeerMe, they are amazing. And I think that at some point, they will be there when needed. So thanks a lot, Mika, for building those tools. And I mean, Pyramid is an amazing platform, and even on other blockchains, we don't have such amazing platforms as Pyramid.
I think one quick point. I think it's very needed, and the unsexiness that you mentioned, Arno, is a big topic. People need to. It needs to be something that is attractive, and people need to feel like their vote means something. And yeah, I think that's a very good point. Make governance sexy again, right?
Okay, so yeah, you wanted to add something, Rock?
Yeah,
Will
just
Booga be decentralized in terms of governance? Will there be a DAO?
no doubt.
Okay, bye.
No doubt, DAOs don't work in NFT projects, in my opinion, at the moment. But anyway, back to the topic, because you derailed me here. So basically, on-chain governance is, like you said, not sexy, right? But we could make it sexy. We could create this as a MultiversX meta, right? And so this is like a good example of something that you could build and grow and have a ready product for when it is actually needed by countries, by people all over the world, right? So this is something super needed, as Arno said, and this could be our thing potentially, right? So it's just looking for the future and what will be needed, and let's build it.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Let's follow to the next topic. I wanted to speak with Paul.
Yes.
Paul. So let's speak about AI agents. So you know the topic not only on MultiversX but elsewhere too. Benjamin spoke about AI and blockchain, and he's been speaking about AI and blockchain for years now, for at least 2 years with the Machine of Truth, you remember.
Yeah.
Now the narrative is not just about the AI can give back history to blockchain, but it's about AI agents. So do you think MultiversX is ready for the AI agent revolution at the moment in terms of technology and in terms of timing? Do you think it's already too late, or is there? Do you think there is some opportunities to grab on MultiversX around this topic?
Well,
Many topics. Take the time.
yeah. I definitely think MultiversX is a good place for AI agent, especially thanks to Misha and the Valves that are an amazing tool which AI agent can leverage to interact with blockchain. But do everyone know how an AI agent works, or do you want me to go through it in a
Of
short?
course, you can explain in a few words because maybe some people don't know yet. Yeah, feel free to do it.
Okay, so basically, if we think about ChatGPT is an LLM. So it's an AI that have the ability to put the correct words that has the most probability to come after another word and to create sentences, basically. So the LLMs are the language part of a human brain, and a human brain use the language in two ways. First, to speak and share ideas, so to communicate externally, and then to reflect and think internally. That's the little voice some of us hear in our head. And basically, what we want to do with AI agent is to leverage AI, LLMs, to simulate how humans use language, both outwardly and inwardly. So we can have we can use the LLM to think about what's the best tool to use in order to realize a goal. When we talk about the AI agent, we are referring to the whole architecture that use this reflection to make decision and take action. And the core idea behind the developing an AI agent is to provide them with a wide range of possible action, and then let the AI choose which action it needs to perform in order to achieve this goal. For example, if you give the goal to an AI agent to develop a community, you will have to give a set of action using social media, like send a message on Telegram, send a message on Twitter, like a message on Twitter, reply to it, retweet. And all of this is small action that can be leveraged by the agent. And then
so we have community agents, we have chatbot, we have traders also. So we have different use cases. So maybe to focus on MultiversX, do you see any AI agents on MultiversX so far? Or and do you think they will arrive in a few I don't know, days, weeks, a month? And is MultiversX ready in terms of technology to welcome these builders?
Yes, they will arrive. We saw the Wave node post a few days ago, and on the GitHub repository of ELISA, the most known autonomous agent open source architecture. There is a MultiversX plugin, so it means everyone that wants to create an AI agent with few understanding of how codes work can, starting from now, build an AI agent that will use MultiversX. I didn't have the time to check yet all the action the agent is able to do on this open source repository. But MultiversX is ready, as I told you. If we connect the verbs from Misha on ELISA, we can add instantly a set of new action that this AI agent will be able to use.
Okay, I hope the APIs will be strong enough if there are thousands and thousands of transactions. Is it related, do you think, or not at all? If someone wants to jump, feel free.
Definitely.
So go ahead, Paul.
The AI agent will directly send transaction to the smart contract, to the blockchain. So it won't use the front end of any website. I don't think the API will be damaged from an AI perspective.
Good point. Misha, you wanted to jump, and after Quentin. Misha, let's go.
Yeah, so quick one on the infrastructure. APIs going down. I think AI agents, they're very, like, MultiversX is ready for them. What are AI agents looking for? Probably cheap transactions and a lot of freedom. And with infrastructure, to get back to this, everyone on the blockchain, every user, everyone who is hosting AI agents can host their own infrastructure. What went down was the infrastructure or parts of the infrastructure that was on the X portal related side. So everyone who has issues with infrastructure can host their own one. And to get to the warps and AI agents, to give some insights there, I think with warps, or the goal with warps is to have like one protocol, one way of doing things to do any blockchain action, right, on the blockchain. And this is a perfect use case for AI agents too, because usually you would have to teach an AI agent how to create the token, how to swap, how to vote, how to mint, all of this. But if an AI agent knows how to deal with warps, this warp protocol, then it will suddenly be extremely simple for them to use any kind of warp. And there will be a public warp gallery where you have like maybe an ever-growing suite of warps. Like right now it's tens of warps, but every day, every week, there's new warps coming up, new developers understanding what warps are, new possibilities. And once there will be a warp gallery of thousands of different actions, then an AI agent can just go to this gallery, look for what actions do I need, and perform it for the user. So as a user, I tell the AI agent to do some investment strategies for me. It just looks for the tokens, fetches real-time data, scans the blockchain for certain actions, and then knows exactly what to do. It could even, create a company for you, create a DAO on Pyramid, and then perform actions to invite team members and all of this for you without, like teaching every single action, hard coding them for the AI agent.
Thank you very much, Misha. And thank you, Paul, for this, we can say, column about AI agents. We will follow, of course, this thing during the following weeks on GM Web3. Let's go to the last topic, but if you want, as I said in private, we can maybe make it last a little longer than planned. If you guys want to add anything about the topic that I selected before. But let's go to the last topic. Quentin, how are you, brother?
Super fine.
So
I think you too.
You co-founded Autoscale.
Yep.
And now the project was taken off by a new CTO, but you remain in the team as a CTO, correct?
Yep, correct.
So normally the protocol is ready.
Yeah.
But it's not live yet.
No, it's not yet.
First, can you tell us about Autoscale in a few minutes? Because to be completely honest, I'm not, everybody knows I'm not keen on DeFi. I'm not a great user. Okay, so maybe for people that are like me, what will Autoscale allow to people? And my second question will be about MultiversX in general. But let's start by Autoscale.
Yeah, Autoscale is a yield optimizer on MultiversX. And what is a yield optimizer? It's just a way to automatize strategies. So our vision, our goal is to provide services, DeFi services and DeFi related products to users so they can use it in only one click. Basically, if you have, let's say, some USDC, USH, and you want to invest them, with Autoscale, you can do this in one click, and we will take the charge of putting the funds in the third-party protocol, such as Atom, Exchange, etc. And we focus, our goal is to provide the best user experience possible. That's our value.
Okay, very clear. Thank you very much. So when mainnet and when airdrop for beta testers? I'm just asking for the first
for the mainnets, we are audited. The audit is finished, but the audit was for the previous version of Atom, Atom V1, so not the Booster V2. So we have to do another audit just for the change of the parts
Thank you, Atom.
of those contracts. Sorry?
Thank you, Atom.
Thank you, Atom. But we made all the changes, and we are just to test it quickly on the DevNet, and then we can ask for another audit. I don't think it will take a lot of time. We hope to deploy. I cannot say precise dates, but if in the next months we have something ready, it will be really awesome.
Q1?
Yeah, Q1, maybe before the end of Q1. I hope the next month.
So it's Q1.
Yeah, it's Q1. Early Q1.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Rock, you wanted to say something, or it was just about airdrop?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that maybe it's slightly off topic, but never mind. Hope you forgive me, because we're gonna start a content creator program. So if anyone in the audience or here is interested in getting their product marketed, we will be starting there.
You will have the time to speak about this, no problem. We'll finish about autoscale and interoperability for MultiversX, but after we have time, no problem. Rock. Yeah, Danielle?
I would like just add very quick things about governance, because you forget me if I can.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Thank you so much.
Go back to autoscale.
In my perspective of average user, is the most important thing to simplify everything as much as we can. But it's not only about simplifying user interface for the users, but mainly it's about explaining everything to them in the simplest possible way. And if you look at this, I'm not a technical person, and sometimes I don't understand some things, but thanks to AI and thanks to ChatGPT, if let's say you have very hard topic, you can put it just to AI and you can ask, could you please explain me this as if I am non-technical 10 years old person? And sometimes it works very good. So my approach on this is immediately, as soon as possible, when user base will be bigger, have two ways how we will explain in Xportal or whatever everywhere about governance what we are going to do, why we are going to do, and it can be one very technical deep way, and second much more easier. And in the same time, what we should do is communicate it everything like we are the country, everyone have a vote, and you should vote because it matters. And everyone from the, not only team, but everyone from the community, I don't want to say should force everyone to vote, but explain that it really matters. That's only thing I want to say, nothing technical. And second thing about AI agents, I do believe that is the most underrated thing that we are going to see in 5 years, maybe even 10 years, because I had a chat with my friend before like 2 years. I don't even know how long on the market is ChatGPT, but first time we spoke, there is some AI, it's cool, it's fun, but nobody ever expect, or at least from my friends, that we will stop using Google and basically search engine in 1 year. Everyone in my company using ChatGPT for everything from health to analyzing documents, for creating agreements. We almost don't use lawyers right now. It's crazy. And when you will try to ChatGPT promote, which is quite costly, then you will find out that for deep analysis, everything, it's crazy, like really crazy. I don't even understand how this is possible. And my goal always was to focus on important tasks. And if I will have AI agent that will send emails or whatever, will plan my calendar, because right now my sister planning my calendar and she's employed and so on. And I need AI agent that will urge me, you have second meeting right now, you must do this, you don't must forget this. And if this will happen, it will be basically like second Jarvis, and 99% of the task you are doing on everyday basis, you don't must do. So I believe that even if we are bullish on AI agent, I think we still not bullish enough, because it's going to be crazy. That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Let's go back with Quentin. I would like to speak about interoperability. We did not mention this during this show so far. So you developed different frameworks for MultiversX. What about interoperability? Do you think Axelar Layer 0 will happen this year? And what concretely, what will it bring to MultiversX according to you? And of course, guys, feel free to jump if you want to add anything about this.
It depends what you call interoperability. right now I'm thinking about two types of interoperabilities. The first one is obviously with Axelar Layer 0 is a way to connect multiple chains. And the other one, we can call it interoperability, is what we can see with the sovereign chains and especially Onefinity with multiple virtual machines. And this is another type of interoperability, because the first one is to connect different chains, and the other one is to create new chains that allows developers to deploy by just copy pasting the code of other protocols in other chains. So it's really matters, and not only because it will attract some user, because it's really convenient. It will unlock new possibilities. For example, for autoscale, we are planning to do some things around this, and we plan, for example, to bring some yields from other chains to MultiversX, or the opposites, using the yields on MultiversX and bringing them on other chains, and it creates some synergy. And it not only brings user, it makes all the protocol really stronger to being able to connect with each other.
Okay. Yeah, I was mentioning the first interoperability that you spoke about, but yeah, the second one is interesting in terms of a composability and the ability to develop from different languages. I think it's also a very, very important topic to develop and to grow for MultiversX. Anyone here wants to add anything about interoperability? No?
Maybe Arno, I don't know, because with Soul protocol, you may have some information on the date when Layer 0 may be live.
Arno left.
Okay, perfect.
As you can, I think he'll be back. But okay, thank you, guys. Let's maybe speak about your news. So I will give back the mic to Rock. You wanted to speak about the initiative of Buga. So yeah, take a minute for it with pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you, GRM. Yeah, so for anyone that is interested, we'll be launching our Buga's content creator program. And we want to put our own spin on it. Plus, we've got some cool ideas for it in order to spotlight the best projects on MultiversX. That's the kind of idea behind it, and to make it look not shilly and to do it in a correct way. I feel it is much needed to gain influencers from outside of the chain. So we will be targeting those creators by offering them cool ways of participating in the program. So that's going to be released sometime soon. So it's our one of our strategies to remain relevant post mint as well, to stay on the timeline as well, and to gather, let's say, influential people to be representing Buga. So that's if you're interested in more, you can always DM me for that.
I saw that you revealed some information about pre-sale, sale, and so on. So can you maybe,
yeah, we did. Finally.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's been like 1 year that you're building Buga, maybe more. No, 1 year.
More. It's actually 2 years for me, and it's 2.5 years for James. So it's a long time coming, but we had to do it right, and I guess it's all geared towards a long-term success of the brand. Yeah. So the mint is only day zero. But yeah, if you're interested in
just to be clear, this long period of building creates hope, expectation from people. So everyone wants to be part of it. Everyone says when. So aren't you? And this is my question: aren't you afraid of disappointing this 2.5 years building and saying it will be huge, it will be great, it will happen soon, and so on? So that's maybe my biggest question for Bugas. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it because I know the work and everything that we've put into the brand. All of our short-term, medium, and long-term plans are really cool. It's when we started, the first thing we did was we asked ourselves the question, like, what would make us interested in a Web3 brand today? And then we reversed engineered it and we created it. So there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of surprises, and there's a lot of activations planned for reaching outside of MultiversX. Like, that is like one of our biggest hurdles, is that we actually need to onboard people to the chain and to the brand itself. So it's not easy, but it's definitely doable. And with the, let's say, sentiment shift, people are actually interested, which is super cool. And when you look at the NFT sector, the brands that are doing the best are the brands that we are, let's say, aiming to become. So it's the IP plays are really kicking off. So we are like in the perfect place, right time. If NFT Paris goes the way I'm seeing it as well, and if all of our short-term plans are realized, like, I really believe that we can make quite the splash on the NFT scene. So yeah, I'm super bullish, man. I mean, and at the end of the day, everything that we've created, all of the story and all of that, all of the IP, like, Web3 is just one part of the brand. Like, in order for an NFT project, for a brand to survive, you have to reach outside of Web3. It's the only way. Otherwise, you get stifled. There is no room to grow. So that was one of our main things that we'll be doing after Postmint, is focusing on the Web2 aspect and growing brand awareness and growing that side of the thing. That's the only way to grow, and it's the only way to still remain relevant as well. So yeah, I'm super excited, man. I mean, like, there's a lot of challenges, obviously. However, we're ready for it. And
thank you very much. All the best, and see you all the time on GM Web3, of course. I have a question for Daniel. People knows you as a big investor. You recently posted something saying you will engage more on Twitter. You will create more content. My question is, how do you plan to involve even more on MultiversX? I don't know, as a builder, as an advisor, as a content creator, as a columnist in my show. I don't know. So how do you plan to involve even more than just buying EGLD and talking about it?
Okay, thank you for question. Firstly, I would like to answer on only buying. I know it's not, you don't say it in the bad way, but there are...
Oh, no, not at all.
I know, for sure, but there are a lot of people that thinks that only buying is not enough. So firstly, to these people, I would like to explain that if you put $8 million equity in some project, you basically financing almost their development, and you are basically almost paying their developers and infrastructure and everything. So I believe to make this amount of money is not easy for everyone, and if you put it to the project, you are supported extremely. That's the first point for the people who don't understand this, because I had a lot of conversation when people spamming my Twitter, you are only buying, but you are not building, which is not true. I think the second thing is that I would like to focus on what I know. And what I know is talking to people and doing marketing. I love design, and I love how we can communicate with people in easier way to explain them that everything was done, because Robert is deeply technical and everything what is saying is extreme true. But we need someone who will explain even the people from ICP that absolutely don't understand his points from yesterday live stream. They went totally crazy and they just don't get it, that you cannot have 13 basically validators or data centers and you claiming that you are decentralized chain, which is complete bullshit. So we need someone who will explain this in some kind of infographic. And my goal for 2025 is finally finish the EGLD website, because I didn't know what I exactly want to put to this website, and I already decide. I want to put to this website not only my buys, I want to do something like seller tracker. I want to put every of my buys here, and what I want to do is create big frequently asked question that will be created by community, not by me for sure. And I would like to speak with all of you guys how we can make this done, because I believe that one thing ICP is doing very well, that they have basically cult around this, and this cult is communicated by infographics, and people don't like reading long text anymore. So that's why I'm also trying, I started doing videos on TikTok. Of course, I just started, I put just 5 videos, but I will learn and I will improve. And they need just some quick boost of information, quick dopamine. And for this, we need to create infographic, and we need to create it by 2 ways. One way will be the most important things. We did that in Elrond times. If you remember, in Elrond times there was very good infographic that EGLD is scarce, how many validators we have. We still have some kind of these things, but they are not updated enough. That's first thing. And second thing, they can be done by much more better. So I already in touch with some graphic designer that will prepare everything. We will start with first picture, where it will be basically all information I'm trying to provide from my tweets. And then we will increase this infographic to bigger ones, like puzzles. And we will have huge infographic in Figma, what everything was achieved by MultiversX, why it's changing the game, why it's extremely important and interesting, and why even big guys as Mikey Saylor in the very future, like 5-10 years maybe, will come and will start investing in this project, because basically everything what Satoshi wants has been solved, but not everyone know that. And the most important thing, I think, that should be community marketing right now, that we will come together, because a lot of people are buying on the narratives, but a lot of people also buying on the comparison. For example, if you want more investors like me that will put 1 million, I have friends that will that put 1 million to NIR. I have that friend. But if I want that friend to convince to put 1 million to EGLD, I need to send him one picture and then 10 another picture where everything will be explained. And what these people are doing, I'm talking about myself. When I start investing, I just do comparison all day long, like 10 hours a day. I just go, why EGLD is better than Solana? Why? And I compare every single metric. And this takes time, this takes knowledge, this takes effort, but people want it for free very fast. And we can do that. That's why on EGLD Squeeze website, we need to put analysis. We will don't say anything bad about anyone. We will just claim the facts, and these facts, we will say if it's true or not. We can ask Robert on some technical question. We can ask whatever we want. And then we should put EGLD versus NIR, EGLD versus Solana, and there should be infographic why we are changing the game. Nothing bad against these chains, but investors that have more equity will come and do their analysis. And there should be everything, including traffic on SimilarWeb, followers, everything from A to Z. And we will save their time.
Education, marketing, and simplification to attract more investors. That's a great plan, and I wish you all the best in this. You are 100% right. It is necessary. So if you take this role, well, good luck. Good luck for this. Thank you very much, Daniel. And maybe also let's go to Misha. What's what plan for 2025? You just a question. I have tough questions today, but not that tough. You'll see. You or maybe people around you decided to make promotion of ROPS by comparing them to Blinks, by saying that ROPS are better than Blinks. This is the way that you or people around you decided to promote ROPS. So my question is: it the best way to build to say that you're better than another solution on another blockchain? That's just a marketing question, very open.
So first of all, we want to get people to understand what warps are. And then we have a lot of claims, of course. We have the, warps require coding, blinks require coding, warps don't, and all these things. And of course, now is the way to prove all these claims. Warps are live. We have one default client or one application already, which is called usewarp.2, where people can look into warps. How do they work? Maybe test a warp, maybe create a token with a warp. And of course, this is we want to improve the protocol to fit even more use cases all the time. And through these use cases that we then have, like you could vote for PeerMe with a warp, we can then actually show like why warps are better. But just through the very few warps that we have right now and the public code that we have, I think we can do these claims as of now. But of course, there's a lot of education that is coming, tutorials coming, guides coming, along with the base protocol being improved.
Okay. If you have any link to share, feel free to share it on the comment so the audience can go, and I will add it to the description of the YouTube and podcast description. Great. So I will put it on the comment and I'll add it to the description. Thank you very much, Misha, for coming this morning. It was a pleasure to have you for the first time.
Thank you too. Yeah, first time. Next time, I hope I will rock as cool of a background as you guys have. My white is so boring.
Okay. Let's have a short update about Atom, Ash. So, when Ash, I'll make it short. Arno.
Very, very soon. As you know, we started the private mainnet, so now USH module is live on the mainnet. We have private liquidity providers who have deposited some liquidity so that we could already ahead of the launch on public mainnet have extra batches of rewards to incentivize USH liquidity right from the start. So, it's on mainnet. It's not just available for everybody yet. You can nobody can mint USH. This will be reserved for the public mainnet event. But when something hits the mainnet, it means that it has passed all the different hurdles for the critical components. So it's pretty soon.
So February?
No, don't.
February is large.
If I have a date,
yes,
I will share a date. If we have a date, we will share a date. So if we don't share a date, it means that we don't have a date. Just it's not as crazy as you think. We don't have a secret date that we don't share. If we have a date, it means we're ready. So we will share a date when we have a date.
2025. I can't.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course. No. It's.
Thank you.
We are. It's imminent.
Thank you, Arno. We have 2 questions, and it will be the last ones from Rock. So one for Daniel, one from Arno. Okay, Rock, I give you this.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so what I'm expecting to happen when USH drops is a lot of people that are super bullish about MultiversX are gonna, mint USH and then buy EGLD with it, and then do that and repeat. Like, from my point of view, if USH, then let's say it's a make it or break it for MultiversX the way I see it. If you guys, obviously you're doing everything for it to be a huge success, but let's say worst case scenario, if something were to go wrong, I have bad feelings that could be like make it or break it kind of deal. I guess a lot of people feel the same. I don't know, and that was a question for you, Daniel, as well. Are you planning to utilize that strategy with your, let's say, big investment?
Just maybe to bounce a few seconds before giving you the bag, Daniel. We said the same for sovereign chain. We said, okay, it's the last thing. Actually, they're not
Yeah, but
here, and the blockchain is still here.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if something were to go wrong with, let's say, with the protocol, and let's say the money that goes into it, something bad happens, it's slightly different, isn't it? Because the money
Okay.
will be,
So, the question was for Daniel, I think, but after Arno will jump.
I can definitely jump and answer all your questions. So basically, you have these questions are very accurate and very right. So because I'm only care about safety and security, and I know that every protocol have even 0.1% chance that it can be hacked, for example. Then first thing what I did is I connect with Arno, and he's starting learning me about HTM, and then I connected with Ahmed, which is CEO of HTM, and then I study every single audit that was done by runtime verification, that was done by Certic, that was done by Hacken and other auditors. And from what I had call with Ahmed, and he explained me every my question. It was like 2 hours call. Then there was follow up with maybe 50 questions to Arno. I hope he still likes me after that. But I told him that the safety of my money is the most important thing ever. And if I should put more than maybe, I don't want to say the exact number, but I put more than 50,000 EGLD to Hatom protocol. So I'm basically almost don't want to say all in, but I have a huge amount of EGLD here. And I never ever saw the more audited protocol and most safer protocol from all these perspectives. And of course, I don't have this information, but because it's the biggest protocol and only protocol of this kind of MultiversX, I'm 100% sure that the guys from core team look and have an eye a bit on this. So I believe it wasn't only audited by all of these companies, but maybe they also take a look. So betting against HTM for me right now in this market cap is almost like betting against MVX. And for me, I feel safe. Of course, I will don't put 100% of my EGLD to HTM, but most of it. And about the second question, by the way, I ask for questions like governance, multisig, how everything works to be 100% sure. I ask for liquid staking, how it works. That is basically same as you stake in my validator agency, but there is one smart contract on top of that, and it was audited 10 times. And Mr. I don't know how to spell this name, but Rosu, the guy that is behind of runtime verification, for me, this professor is absolute genius. And if he audited this protocol as well, and he's advisor for MVX, for me, if he will do the mistake, then it's I even cannot think about this. And the second question was about if I will use and mint ash. Of course, I will do that, definitely. And not only I will use leverage a bit, but what I will do that I will use my ash with the pair with the max on X exchange, and I will use it there. So I want to mint ash, and it will be in the terms of millions of dollars. So I betting on HTM. I'm bullish. And if you will have any question that you want to answer from terms of security, and even I don't know it after this all question, just feel free to write me, and I will communicate it directly with Ahmed, or you can do it yourself.
Just but
Thanks, man.
necessary disclaimer. This is not financial advice, of course, and everyone is completely free to invest their money. But thank you very much for your input about this. I'm sure Arno appreciated, but I'm sure this is the consequence of multiple and hours of calls before. But yeah, thank you very much.
Just want to add, always there is a risk if it comes to the protocol, but even MultiversX network, there is a risk, even if it's 0.000, always with every investment. So be very careful. That's from my side. Sorry.
Sure. Arno, last word. You wanted to jump on this, and it will be the end of the space just after.
Okay, I want to answer Rock's part about dark scenario of manipulation price around EGLD through USH. There is something that is very hard to understand because for people in MultiversX, because we don't have a very deep and liquid DeFi space. And when I'm talking about DeFi here, I'm also talking about basic swaps. But what we are trying to build with USH, and this is something that Daniel has understood after digging, is USH is not just good for EGLD price in the strategy that you talked about, Rock, which is a long strategy where people come in, put a BTC, ETH, EGLD, whatever, use this as collateral, mint USH, and buy EGLD. This would have, of course, an effect on EGLD price. This is one small way that USH is going to benefit the MultiversX ecosystem. The biggest way USH is going to benefit the MultiversX ecosystem is by creating way more routes and way deeper routes for all the ecosystem to function in a decentralized way through swaps, etc., etc. When you have pairs, new pairs, deep liquidity pairs with MEX USH, EGLD USH, etc., 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 you are creating a new map for tokens to flow in a different way than previously, where it was only relying on EGLD, and the ecosystem is going to be way stronger because you're going to have multiple times more transactions every day because of just USH, because it is a stablecoin. And if you look at stablecoin transactions on the blockchains that have them at a native level, stablecoins occupy the vast majority of the transactions. They become the cornerstone of everything. So we didn't have this on MultiversX. We are going to have this on MultiversX. So it's not just going to have an impact on the price of EGLD. It's going to have an impact on the activity, the on-chain activity. It's going to have you can't imagine the impact it's going to have. And it's going, this change is going to have an impact on how other people will look at MultiversX, because they will see, oh, there's this kind of activity on MultiversX. And just with the amount of users that we have today, with USH, we are going to unlock a new utility wave, on-chain utility wave, that is going to attract eyes.
Thank you very much, Arno, for this update. We'll, of course, speak about Atom every time it's necessary, since we know that they brought DeFi on MultiversX. They bring the first native stablecoin on MultiversX. So yeah, it's very important in terms of adoption and growth. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much, Quentin. Thank you very much, Rock. Thank you very much, Arno, of course. And thank you very much to our sponsors, eApes, Hatam, AI Nexus. And thank you very much to all those who watched us this morning. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned maybe some things. See you next Wednesday for a new GM Web3 dedicated to Multiversix. You can find the replay of the show on YouTube, but also on every podcast platforms. And yeah, take care of yourself. Happy New Year again, and all the best for you, your projects, and the blockchain that we all love, Multiversix. Take care.